Alright, so we're back for a bit of an update. The forces of chaos in the south have been mostly dealt with. I haven't chased these guys since the fight over here. They're just kind of wandering around not doing anything. Probably going to attack this place. These guys have been kind of idling around here, which causes attrition because, I forgot what it is. Reef. Reefs cause attrition. So they've been taking minor attrition. It's very, very minor attrition. The entire time they were over here. But Tilia came over with 2 armies. It's lost one of them. The other one retreated. And has been fighting these guys. And so has Bernhoff the Butcher over here. He doesn't have much left, but he's been fighting as well. So they're relatively weak. I actually don't believe I need to worry about them. So I will take this army, and I want to take Martek. However, in order to take Martek, I'm going to have to... By the way, this guy lost this at some point. I don't know how it happened or why it happened or when it happened, but it has the chaos symbol over top of it, so I'm going to assume there's potentially another chaos army somewhere over here. There should have been 4 of these, so it may have been a Puppet of Chaos down there somewhere. But regardless, I'm going to take some armies over here and try and deal with this guy, hopefully with the help of the dwarves, or help the dwarves deal with him, so that I can take this territory. I don't care about the rest of it, I just want that so we have a complete region, province, whatever. I was having difficulty words. Words are hard, leave me alone. I definitely want to keep this region because, you know, money. I could go ahead and upgrade this with even more garrison. I mean, it'll be good. I'm going to have basically everything down here upgraded with garrison as best I can because it's likely going to get attacked again, so. This place, apparently not, because I didn't build walls over there. Well, actually, we'll blow that one thing up and build walls. I have 2 armies over here building. They're building in the same region, so it'll take a while. But this one has been using some global recruitment to speed the process up, so he'll only be 5 turns after that one, even though it takes like 8 or 9 to build a full army this way. This is the army setup I'm using. I don't think it's optimal. I think I should have more Iron Breakers instead of Slayers in particular, because Slayers are kind of squishy. As you can see, they have less health and infinitely less armor. But they're fast, quite fast for dwarves, actually. Fast, actually, for general melee, for that matter. 42 speed for a melee unit's not bad, especially for dwarves. But I have them in the army to act against large units or cavalry and stuff like that because they're pretty good for that. We've got some organ guns, we have some gyro bombers. There they are. Now, organ guns are guns. They do have a flat projectile, so we'll have to manage those armies around that fact. So, but, you know. In the north, however, the forces of chaos have made themselves known. So we have scaling over here, which are all over the place. There's an army up there, too. Beating the dickens out of this dude, whoever this is. Midland. Excuse me. So Scaling's over there destroying that. Varg is over here, and unfortunately so is the rest of Chaos. So this has become utter death and despair over here. These armies should be about the same strength as the ones in the south, but they're supplemented by Varg up here. We have 2 armies right here, a 3rd army over there. They lost an army here to the Empire. The Empire is doing God's work. They have an army there, an army there, an army here. This guy, has an army as well. He doesn't really have anything, so he's probably not going to last very long, but he's joined the fray. I have a grudge to raid Kislev, but, you know, Kislev. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to take this army, and we're going to start parking our butt back over here. This place has walls, so we're going to adjust this army over here to defend it. And theoretically help with this chaos corruption that's going to be spreading pretty wildly over here. You can see how much it goes up. Just by these guys existing in this region, this chaos is going really high, really fast. So, generally not good. I think that's about it for update. I signed a non-aggression pact with the guys over here in Hell Pit Clan Molder. This is where they spawn and this is where they stay. They usually don't get to spread out very much, but they own this, it looks like. And it looks like they also own this place. And the only reason I can tell at a glance is because if you look at it, it's got kind of little sparklies on it, but it doesn't have the symbol over top of it. If we look at, for instance, one of these down here, like this one, there's a symbol over it. There's nobody in this. You can tell because it's got that thing on it. Kind of cheating, but you know, whatever. Don't hate me. Hate the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. So I don't remember. Either way, the north is not looking very good. We're gonna have to do something about that. We only have 2 armies up here. I made these 2 over here as a contingency in case this chaos group moved its way up here so we could defend ourselves. But I think what's going to happen is I'm going to take these 2 once they're done and force march them up this way and see if we can do something, because it's going to get ugly up there real quick. Real quick, like. I think that's the only update, though. I may have repeated myself at some point, but either way, I'll be back when something happens. So just a quick little update here. Nothing actually happened. I just wanted to point out there's a bug with this province. For some reason, you appear to be able to build 2 walls. Now, can I actually build 2 walls? Let's find out. No, it just queues both of them. That's rather strange, but whatever. Let's go ahead and put a... Do we need that? We shouldn't. Yeah, this place isn't vampiric, so we don't really need that. We could, however, build it. Not sure. Alright, another quick update. Should really stop recording right when I take a sip, but the north is still full of chaos. The units are actually shifting westward, which has me worried, because it seems to imply that they're going for this, because they've completely bypassed that guy's stuff. Now this place is the one with the glitchy wall that I mentioned, but it doesn't currently have that wall, so its garrison is pretty weak. So I'm trying to shift units that way. He's going underground because he had to come out of the mountains. This place has garrison for days. I don't really need to worry too much about that, especially given the units are over here. There's another unit up here. This is the Warherd, I think. That's the Warrior of Chaos. Where's the Warherd? Oh, there it is. Good old Warherd of Chaos. This isn't even actually a proper army. It's a rather strange system that this dude uses. But anyway, the main Chaos Man is up here, hanging out, doing his thing. He, I think, functions like a proper city, but I'm not entirely sure. Actually really don't know the details on the Chaos units, but he is the leader, hanging out up there doing his thing. Varg has expanded a bit, but they've also lost a lot of territory in the back here, which, you know, the Empire will lose. I don't think they can keep that up there, at least not right now. Not with these Chaos units back here. I don't think they can keep it very well. Apart from that, we have 2 new allies. We've allied with this guy, who I don't think will be alive very long. Because I don't think... He owns this stuff back here. He'll probably be alive for a while, actually. Does he own that stuff back there, or is he actually dead? I think he might have died. What I do want to point out is the extraordinary amount of flags that are over here. Look at all of my military allies. Look at the people I'm at war with, too, for that matter. There's quite the number of them. Trade agreements, got lots of those now. We got 2 new trade agreements 3 new allies, actually. One of them was up here. It's not that guy. It's this dude. So yeah, he doesn't actually have any territory. I was right. He used to just have this province here, but that got taken, so that obviously does us no good. That's an interesting bug that it keeps the graphical effect every time you select a new person, but that's okay. Apart from that, I don't think anything of note has occurred. The vampire war in the south is basically done. He has these 2 provinces here, but he will lose those. Either to the dwarves or the lizardmen or both, he will lose those provinces. It's just a matter of time. I'm trying to clean up the chaos units down here. I took this back, so we'll rebuild that from scratch. Try and deal with these chaos units around here. It looks like the dwarves might be trying to help me, but it's kind of hard to catch them. The vampires actually lost this province to a rebellion, so Knights of the Flame are back. This chaos unit's going somewhere. These 2 are still just sitting here doing nothing, so it doesn't actually matter. They're dying from attrition. I think this dude, Order Princes, are actually going to come over here and try and deal with them. That's an interesting army for being on a boat, but you know. So this place now has proper walls, so I actually think I can take this army and move it, and I think what I'm going to do is just move it straight north. So let's go ahead and do that actually before I stop recording. Not that way, God's sake, not that way. That's how you die from attrition going through the Badlands over there. Oh, that's just that you can't walk here penalty, that's fine. The frame rate lag is because I'm pathing something, so we'll just tell him to make his way over roughly here. Did he path that? He did. Made him change his path. That's fine. It's probably faster. This dude's recruiting for 1 more turn and he'll be done. This guy for 6 more turns. Unfortunately, that second gyrocopter slows it down, but not much we can do about that, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we can change that. So once he's done, we'll move him up here as well. We'll have 5 armies up there pretty soon, because this army's staying in the south. Iron Forge here, Iron Hammer, has to make his way over here and hopefully be able to do something here, but seems unlikely. We might end up taking a second army over there because it looks like this place is pretty well garrisoned, so we'll use this guy for that. Mr. Oathforged. Once we deal with the chaos units anyway. There's this guy up here, I don't know what he's doing. He can't do anything. He is spreading chaos like a bit of a dick, but that's okay. Let's build you. There you go. So yeah, there you go. That's the update for now. I don't know how long this will be, but we're going to continue. We're going to try and move to the north. We're going to, once we have most of our armies up here, we're going to push up with the Empire and all these guys. Try and clear out some chaos here and make some sort of unified front. I think what I want to do is actually push through this side. The chaos up here is going to be really hard to deal with because the local populace is a thing. But I think if we can push up this side, we can sort of have a sweep across here and a more unified front, instead of having to push this side and defend the coast and stuff like that. But either way, it's not going to be terribly pretty. But we need to be helping the Empire out as soon as we can here, because they're trying their darndest up here, and I appreciate their help. And another army going up there, actually. So yeah, there's your little update. It's doing pretty well. Let's go ahead and actually look at the Diplo status so you guys can see that we've almost got the entire old world over here under our control, essentially. Anything blue or yellow. Yellow is mine directly, blue is an ally. So we're doing pretty good. That's the vampire. This guy actually isn't an ally. I thought he was an ally. He will be one soon, don't worry about it. He's not gonna be strong, but he will be an ally nonetheless. Tilia, probably just gonna have to fight. The Wood Elves we're gonna have to eradicate, let someone else take that territory, because I don't think I actually want it. Except for maybe the tree. I don't know what other factions can do with the tree, if you can even do anything. But yeah, just gotta deal with the north mostly. Which is a bit of a clusterfuck. Hooray! Unfortunately, while moving over this way, we got an army over here. The war herd is dead. The people down here and Sturgos Empire are dead as well, so the Chaos units down here are gone. So this is secured. Well, it said Sturgos Empire is defeated, didn't it? I thought it did, somewhere. Factions destroyed. Yeah, it says they're destroyed. Oh, right, this is a different faction. I forgot there were two factions down here. I'm an idiot, don't mind me. So this area is secured. Don't really need to worry too much about that. The Chaos people are dead and gone for good. There's unfortunately a large amount of attrition over here, though. And I do mean a large amount of attrition. However, we need to move our armies in a thisward direction. Try and keep our attrition minimal by pathing next to towns, so that we can get over here and hopefully do that mission objective, in theory. But we did lose an army up here. It got caught off guard by these guys, and completely and utterly destroyed. So, what we need to be wary of, that place has walls now, so we don't need to worry too much. What we need to be wary of right now is getting caught off guard with this guy, but we have a weak point over here because I never really intended for this area to get attacked. So that castle has no walls, this castle has no, well, enhanced walls. This place has nothing, so we have some weak stuff over here that we need to be wary of, so we're going to try and position for that. So we do have to rebuild an army, so we'll go ahead and rebuild an army. I think we can build everything here, so let's get a Rune Lord, because Rune Lords are very good. Get this one. I like Rune Lords, leave me alone. We'll do the same setup as my new armies, which I think this guy's not one of the new armies. He's like a pseudo new army. So 3, 2, 2, 2, and the rest is easy enough. Probably have a better setup than that, but that's the one I'm rolling with. It should be good enough. Bugman Rangers times 5. Actually, cancel this. Garrison. We'll try and utilize the global recruitment here to see if we can get anything. For instance, instead of recruiting these from there, because they have a one-turn recruitment from here anyway, right? Am I missing something from here? Iron Breakers, Hammers, Slayers, that's right, 2 of those. Instead of recruiting those from the local area, we'll recruit 2 from there. And then Bugman dudes, we could probably just alternate. Something like that, possibly. And then we need some gyro bombers, which can only be done global, because they're not buildable over here. And there's 6 turns apiece. Good God. All right. And then 3 organ guns. The organ guns will be done in 8 turns. The gyrocopters will be done in 10. Is there a way I can change this? It still makes it 10. I think I just took the Longbeards out, right? That's set to global, but it's not changing the recruit time on the gyrocopters. I don't know, whatever. 10 turns for that guy to be done. That'll replace the army we lost. This guy will be done in 4 turns, so he can make his way. This guy's already making his way up there. We'll have 2 armies there. This guy is still also making his way up. We'll path him over here where the rest of them are roughly pathing. He'll figure it out. Excuse me. In theory, he'll figure it out. This guy is going to stay here. This is his home. These mountains are his home. So we'll have full recruitment theoretically down here for that guy as well. And then these two are going to go over here and fight that and then go north. So we should only have a single army in the south. A bit dangerous, I'll admit, because as future chaos waves spawn, I don't know how many turns it takes before the next wave, they will increase in size. So we do have to worry about that. Something needs to be done with these wood elves though, because they're pissing me off.
By the comet.
Why are you suffering attrition? It's just a forest, my man. Are you anything other than budding? Nope, just still budding. Something needs to be done about this place, but it's all really close together, so you could go through it pretty quickly, but it is big garrisons in here, so that is something to be wary of. What is the garrison in this place? Missiles. Lots of missiles. And shrieking! I don't really know anything about wood elf units anyway. We want this. The Anvil of Doom, because it looks sweet. That's basically about it, and we want that. And then I think we were taking this as our initial setup for units, because the bonus for ranger units is huge, because I believe that does apply to Bugman's rangers. They are rangers after all. Makes them much better. So he'll do that thing. And we'll have to see what we can do about this. The turns are crazy long, by the way. Let me just bring you guys along for the turns here. Because it takes a really, really long time at this point. Oh my god, the Empire's in there. It takes a really long time at this point to pass a single turn. Because not only does it have to go through all the remaining factions, all of the remaining factions are either huge or involved in some giant war that involves a lot of military movement, so there are armies all over the map that have to move around every single turn. So it takes a really long time. If we can get up with that Dwarven army in the north, I don't know if it'll be possible because he's already next to the Chaos units, but if we can get up there with him and fight the Chaos, that would be much better. He's actually nowhere near where I thought. Oh yeah, he is. He's right there. So we have been engaged in a battle. Obviously we're going to take this battle. There's unfortunately a hell cannon, but we'll work with what we got. This is not one of my new armies. This is a newer army, but not one of my new ones. Really just needed like 1 billion Iron Breakers to fight Chaos units, I think. Hammerers would probably be great too, because they do have that armor piercing. So, either way, we have to take this fight. Actually, do we? Do I want to? There's so much cavalry that's just gonna harass the shit out of us. I don't really want to, so we're gonna try to retreat. If he wants to follow, we'll have to take the fight, obviously. That army defeated the Dwarf army. It probably cost them a bit to do that, but you know, there's their leader hanging out of here blowing up things. Maybe I should have taken that fight when they were separated. I could also just garrison him. That would get me reinforcements with the garrison over there. Help even it out a little bit. Who knows? I still don't really know what's going on the New World over there. We haven't been over there, so I could send, like, recruit a lord with no army and send him over there to scout out and see what's going on. But I think for now we'll just focus on our own territory because we've got, obviously, our own hassles. Auckland is doing pretty good over there. I think they lost the second fight somehow. I'm not really sure how, but they're at least over there. Middenland also over here. Don't know what they're doing though. Basically, the only reason anything good is happening up here is because the Empire exists. And Empire factions, for that matter. Like Middenland and so on. Like so. I told you it takes a long time to get through turns. And we're not even, maybe we're halfway or something like that, but we've got a ways to go. Imagine how long it would take to finish or to get any real progress in this campaign if I was still recording the entire playtime or whatever. Because we'd have to do this every time I went through a turn, and it's like 5-6 minutes per turn. Take a while. Karak Ziflin, very strange dwarven name, has quite a lot of military power for someone that doesn't actually hold that much territory. Apparently there's still chaos units down here. So there's the fourth one. I was wondering where it went, but there is that fourth one down there. I don't need to worry about it. The dwarves will handle it, probably. Someone down there will handle it. I don't know what the border princes are doing with that army in the Wood Elf territory. I don't think they're at war with the Wood Elves. I think they just dislike them, but I think everyone dislikes the Wood Elves right now. Oh, it's the Chaos turn. Don't know what they're doing or why they're doing it, but hey. If he double stacks these armies, he should be able to take that city. It looks like he's gonna wait a turn. Maybe? Oh no, he actually failed. Okay. I was gonna say he's probably gonna siege it and then wait a turn and pull that second army out of forced march. That's what I would have done. Pull the second army out of forced march and then attacked it. Would have been easy at that point. So, what's up with these armies? That one's not particularly strong.
Let us begin.
I'm gonna go ahead and retreat this guy all the way back to the moot. Just have him live there for now. Probably okay. There's no army anywhere over here, but I don't think we need an army over here. We have a buffer with these two guys. Neither of them particularly like me, but I don't care. And the Empire is completely destroying the north up here. Maybe they should send help over here because we're having some issues. The Dwarven faction still exists, but they hate me. That's pretty much par for the course. Excuse me, burped there. So yeah, there's your past turn in full, so you guys get to see what I go through between turns. It is a very long wait, to say the least. What do I want to build here? What are we missing? We're missing this, so we'll need it. If we want full recruitment down here anyway. We obviously want that because iron, more mines, more better. Pretty much the same as beer, more better, except with mines. Dwarves are simple peoples. They like rocks, and they like beer. He's gonna suffer a hell of attrition if he goes that way for some reason. Probably too close to the forest or something there. I don't really know. What does that even count as? Shifting sands. Is that everything over here? Oh, that's desert. So that is different territory. Armies will suffer attrition due to desert regions. I would really like military access from you. Sure, I'll pay for it, whatever. I don't want to lose a whole lot of... I love that they still exist down there. I don't want to lose a whole lot of relation with them by walking through here, because we kind of have to walk through here, so... Look at the military power of the dwarves over here. This guy's entire military force is down here, I think. Not necessarily the strongest, he's still got dwarf warriors in that army. And this one. But still, Corralers are good even into endgame. I just like using Bugman Rangers. Even though Corralers are cheaper, I don't necessarily have a money issue, per se. Those provinces just need walls. At some point this place will need walls, fully upgraded walls and as much garrison as we can get it. Because it's kind of in the danger zone down here. That's about it. I actually don't want this territory, so if we can finish the quest, what we'll do is we'll attack it, and then loot it and leave it there, and then attack it again the next turn, and hopefully that counts as 2 fights. And then we'll just sack it, or not sack it, raise it to the ground. We don't actually want it. But anyway, I'm not taking you guys through more turn passing because it takes too long. Well, this is rather unfortunate. Tilia has declared war against the Knights of Origo. Tilia hates me and will never like me. Origo here, however, loves me. They are very, very tiny, all the way down here, and dealing with chaos at the same time. Tilia, however, is directly next to me, and I don't really have much here to deal with them, but I do have an army that's almost done there and an army that's next to it, so I could redirect them this way. I'm going to enter on the on the side of Origo here because I don't like Tilia and I want them to die anyway because I need Skaven Blade to finish the campaign. But this is rather unfortunate. They also have an army down there, I did not realize. This changes my plans immensely. Not a whole lot's happening. I just wanted to quickly update on the vampire situation. This is his only province left. It's been under siege for a while. I'm just passing through, but there's, counting me, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dwarven armies over here. I'm pretty sure if we wanted to, we could take it, but this dude's just been sieging it for a while, so. Like, I just got here, but the rest of them have been kind of hanging out here, having a party. This dude's wandering around, he'll die to attrition at some point, it doesn't actually matter. But a reminder that Tilia has indeed declared war on me. Nobody else is at war with them, it is simply me. I can't get the dwarves to join even if I pay them a lot of money. It might take my entire bank to actually get the dwarf faction to join, so I'm going to try and avoid that. But if I can take this army out, which I'm going to try to, and then deal with this one. He's got so much cavalry is the problem. His mortars are garbage, we don't need to worry too much about that. If I could take those 2 out, that's almost his entire military. He has an army down here, which has me worried because he can siege these places pretty easily and I have no real way to counter it yet. So I'm moving this guy up there. Force marching him up there. It'll still take him a while to get there. Hopefully we can get him there, deal with this. He's hurt though, so you know. Chaos, still doing their thing. Surprisingly not dead. That's about it. Chaos in the north is slowly being dealt with, actually. Speaking of chaos in the north. We're attempting to chase this man down, but he is of course a wee bit faster than we are, so. We'll catch him eventually though, probably. He's forced march, but we can pass through trees and try and cut him off and stuff a little easier. So yeah, that's pretty much all that's happening. This dude is getting pretty far to the south with his armies, but it's not really leaving him open in the north. Unfortunately, he just has a lot of armies. So we're gonna have to deal with that soon. There's still this chaos army over here that's destroying everything in existence. That's about it, though. I signed a defensive alliance with this guy. It doesn't really matter. Kislev still hates me, which is fair because I stole all their stuff. That's about it. Can I get any sort of agreement with you? A military alliance, perhaps. Do you have anyone that hates you specifically, besides the Wood Elves? No.
This is unwise.
You will not take a military. You will not take that either. How about military access? You will do that. So he'll probably take a military alliance in a few turns. Or ask for one in a few turns, as the case may be. That is about it. The dwarves over here are trying to call me into war with the Wood Elves, which I guess is going to be a thing we're doing soon, so. But first we have to deal with Tilia, because they're a dick. Hooray! Alrighty, our army is here. Well, mostly actually. It might take another turn now that I look at this. Not much of an update if it takes another turn, but either way, here's what's going on over here in Karakzorn, or is it Zorn? Karakzorn. So we can see what he's got going here. He's got a stunty mine. I think we've already looked at this, but we may as well check again. I hate that they get spiders down here. Bothers me. It's probably spiders in their army, and those things are very, very bad to deal with. Otherwise, he doesn't really have too much. We can see his army. His spider riders and a chariot. This army is actually not very good. I mean, it is greenskins, to be fair. And neither is this army, and his garrison does have black orcs in it, but only 2 units of them. And otherwise, he doesn't really have a whole lot he can deal with us using. He has night goblin archers, but their range are pretty short. And we have like a bajillion pieces of siege equipment. Since I screwed up and thought we could reach it when we can't, we can give an update on other stuff. I've defeated one of Tilia's armies. It was auto-battled. You didn't really miss anything. His army was crazy weak compared to this, and this isn't even a good army. So that's a pretty good sign for this war. Great swords are good units, but he seems to not have many. There is another Tilian army over here. I believe it went into ambush, probably somewhere over here. So I've been using that against them. He went into ambush down here as well, right next to me, so I just went to ambush and waited a turn. So hopefully he walks into this army. If he doesn't, we'll just fight him next turn. It doesn't really matter. This army should destroy him quite handily. Apart from that, we're still following this guy around. He's not doing anything, so it doesn't really matter. Probably make sure these guys are within range. We're going to keep doing this, but he's not a terribly threatening army. But he is wandering around being a dick, so we're eventually going to hopefully kill him. Because we really need to move to the north. This front over here is doing great thanks to the Empire. The Empire's been doing God's work over here. Apparently really likes those dwarves as well. You're going to continue disliking me because I have an agreement with Clan Molder.
Greetings, thing. I am prophet of the Lord of the Great Below.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. I'm going to cancel this. Because I want these dwarves to like me. And I don't think Clan Molder is going to be a problem for me, so we'll just ignore that. But we need to be over here because scaling is destroying our western front. I have armies all over the place over here. There's army there, there. There's the chaos. There's another scaling army. There's a scaling army. There should be another scaling army somewhere. That's Varg. I don't know where it went either way, but it exists somewhere. We have armies over here. We just don't have a unified front really to stop them. So they're sort of just destroying everything over here. So yeah, that's your update. What is this? This is a lord. A lord that does not have max tactician. That's this guy. Fair enough, fair enough. I just want to do a quick update on why you're not going to be seeing anything from Tilia, because this is one of their stronger armies and this is what they got. Because for some reason, the AI really likes shot cavalry and mortars. I have no idea why, but it makes this war really easy. So there you go.